Ford are in trouble. They've announced redundancies of up to 8,000 people across Europe. Not only that, Ford Ireland are also under redundancy system. They're not even sure what they're going to have as a job in 2020. It's completely unfair. It's been caused by lack of product, lack of modern product. This is a Mondeo. It's gone from the US, and yet here we are looking at a hybrid one here, which amounts to being basically a compliance car. Mondeo is a great car. It has always been a great car, but in a 2-litre diesel, yes. In a petrol hybrid, no. I'm going to show you why this car is definitely not for you. So hit the subscribe button and we'll start where the problems really lie, in the boot. So why is the boot the problem? It's a Mondeo estate, right? Estates are supposed to be a thing that carry a huge amount of stuff, everything fits in it, you can bring it anywhere. And yes, what Ford have done is just stack batteries in here. You lift this up, you're confronted with all kinds of stuff. I don't even know what half that is. What's that thing for? It's for blowing up a tire or something. But look at this mess. Half the boot space is gone, and this is a ramp on the back of that. So everything that sits here just falls out when you open the boot. They put in shopping bag hooks, but they're so low because they've raised the boot floor, so you can't hang anything on the shopping bag hooks. This is like a prototype. Saloon is just as bad. It's got a big box across the back of it here. I don't know why they created this. Anyway, let's actually go on with the proper review part on the inside. See, something's changed in there. It's a Mondeo in here. It's freezing out there. I'm totally Baltic. Honest to God, it's so cold. But it's a Mondeo. And it's a Mondeo basically with a power shift box in it. I know it's not power shift, but it's just an automatic Mondeo in here. With a petrol engine in it. The cup holders are huge. They always are. That's my Grail bottle. It fits in perfectly right there. There's great big cubby holes on here. There's USB port. There's Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are built in as standard on this car. There's cubby holes there with USB ports. The seating position is very good, and it's insanely comfortable. And I mean really comfortable. It's kind of classic in here as well because it's got a Sony system here. The Ford logo pops up. There's some weird things in the car that don't quite make sense. I expected that, really, to be honest with you, because over here I have this thing called efficiency leaves. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with them. It's about how efficient the car is being. It started now. It's a hybrid, of course, it's running on the batteries at the moment. It's not a mild hybrid, it's a hybrid. So it does actually work. Fuel economy, well, I'm getting 6.2 litres per 100 kilometres. I've driven it for over 7 hours total, and I've done 400 kilometres, say, in it. And it's insanely comfortable, but a Mondeo always is. That's the thing. Just get a normal Mondeo. Anyway, have a look at the backseat. I know US people will have no interest in this whatsoever because the car doesn't even exist over there anymore. Weird, isn't it? So backseat, well, it's a Mondeo. What did you expect? It's like a limousine back here. Look at the space I have. The only thing is, when the doors are closed, it's actually very dark back here. There's no sunroof or anything in the middle of this, so there's no extra light coming in here. And there's privacy glass on the back of this. It's actually an optional extra. So the windows are very tinted all around the back of the car, which is very nice for putting your stuff in, but it's not so great when you're sitting back here as a passenger in the dark. Anyway, let's go to the best bit, the driving of it. So this has a 2-litre petrol engine under the bonnet. Puts out 187 PS, thereabouts. I'm not sure I even believe that, funny enough. It goes okay, but it never really feels like it's being urgent or anything. Now, like I said, this is like just driving a diesel Mondeo power shift, you know, with a petrol engine. Apart from the hybrid system cutting in every once in a while. So, this is a competitor, I suppose, you'd say, for the Corollas of the world. You know, the new Corollas are out there. The Corolla's smaller than this, because Mondeos are big. But actually, Toyota, you think that Ford would have learned something from Toyota, because if you look in a Toyota boot, you can't see any batteries protruding anywhere. Whereas you look in the boot at this, and you've got this massive thing underneath, like a turtle shell sitting there looking at you. So you lose your boot space. So what Ford have done is made the Mondeo really quiet and supple. They've managed to improve the suspension somewhere. They've done something with those shocks back there because the car does feel like it's heavy. I feel like I'm carrying something, and I am. But it doesn't feel like it's doing a bad job of carrying that. It is so comfortable in here over long range. I've driven this in the middle of the night up to airports for like 3 o'clock flights in the morning and that sort of stuff, and driven them back down at 1 o'clock in the morning. It just hoovers along the road. Now, it's still a big car, so there's plenty of room in here for 5 people. My kids like the space. I love the space sitting back here. It's very pleasant to sit in here, and it's just so much room to maneuver and so many places to store things. It really does feel like the friend of the sales rep, the long distance driver sales rep every day. Problem is the fuel economy doesn't match up because you can't claim VAT back on petrol, right? 6.2 litres per 100 kilometres is pretty good. If you're going to spend your time driving around town, so if you're going to drive through Cork or Galway or Dublin or even Naas, which is over that direction, the hybrid system does work then because it's going to spend most of its time running on the batteries. It'll be running on that end of the stuff. Whereas the diesel and petrol versions of the car don't run on any sort of batteries. They'll just sit there looking at you eating the fuel. Roadworks everywhere right here in Naas at the moment, so it's very hard to kind of get around the place. I have a big soft spot for Mondeo. I always have had. It is a supreme car. It's not the best Mondeo that's ever been around, but God, it's just such a comfortable thing. If Ford had spent the money developing it and turning it into something good, we could continue seeing Mondeo on the road regularly. But what they've done is they've just complied to get that 95 grams of CO2 system running for themselves and just put a hybrid system into the boot of this car. Really good points of this car is it's very quiet, it's very comfortable, it's actually fuel efficient for city driving, very fuel efficient. The hybrid system actually does a fairly good job at making the car go and stop. This Ford Sync Connect system, which is very good. I do like that. It's such an easy system to use and so simple that anyone can get away with it. And also this comes as standard with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I have no idea what junction I just took. Where am I going? I'm going on to the M7. I wanted to go to Naas. What the hell happened there? Where did that road come from? Anyway, we're on the new section of the N7, the 3-lane bit, which is very bumpy. It's very bumpy along here. Why is it so bumpy? Brand new road and I'm bumping around. God, that's terrible. The comfort level in the car is brilliant. Why could I recommend you to buy a Ford Mondeo Hybrid? I just can't. Unless you really want to buy a hybrid. And then, what's wrong with a Toyota Corolla? Estate or something. Please, Ford, invest in the right places. It's not difficult. The business case is there to invest in electric, invest in a decent car, make something that is genuinely just supposed to be electric. Don't make a Ford Mondeo electric or make a Ford Focus electric. Make a new car. You have Rivian there handing you stuff, and you're working in conjunction with Toyota now to do stuff with them as well. Just get on with it, because this kind of car is just dragging it down. And for God's sake, get rid of the efficiency leaves, because I don't know what they even mean. What's that mean? There's little leaves just floating across the screen there weirdly. Put your foot down. That noise, that engine note of comes on to drain your life away. So it's a little over 31 grand, and it feels like a 31 grand car. It does actually. The titanium one is so quiet and supple and relaxed for driving. It's absolutely gorgeous. But as a business car, which is what this car does, nobody buys these for home use anymore. People buy SUVs now, so you're kind of left in that position where you've got a good car, but it's just not quite good enough to keep up. And that's a problem, I don't know who those two lads are in the van there. I haven't a clue. Just seem to be keeping time with me. Maybe they think they're on cameras. So, cheers for watching. Hopefully you've hit the subscribe button at this point. And until the next time, I will see you on the far side.